I keep pressing this button, and it's messing things up. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Look at it. Just like pull up the podcast thing. I need to adjust that. All right. So yesterday, I realized that like I needed to adjust the camera because like the extension just was not working for me. So fingers crossed, things are a little bit better today. We'll find out. But hey, my name is Jared Leary. I'm going to be drumming today. I'm going to work on tenor technique and just kind of assess where am I at with it so I can figure out what I'm going to do over the coming weeks and months, etc. to practice. So today I'm going to warm up, and I'm going to warm up with some exercises that are found on my website, which is here. Press the wrong pedal. So if you go to jaredleary.com/drum, and you'll find 1,200 plus hours of content on here. And I'm going to skip the chops, skip all the grid stuff, and I'm going to stick control variations, and we're going to do this here. So I need to test something really quick, just to make sure that the audio didn't get messed up. So bear with me for a moment. Mute. Excellent. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down into the description. We're playing advanced stick control with filler. I'm going to use this to just kind of get warmed up. And so we're just going to start like at a nice leisurely 80. Let's see how this goes. Playing with Hardeman hammers. Ooh. So it's got the normal stick control check pattern. And then you fill it in here. And then it has a triplet variation with the filler. Talking messes me up. I'll get better at it. Whoops. Ooh, slurred out. That was rough. My arms feel a bit off, but hey, that's why I'm warming up. And then I'm going to stretch and do all that fun stuff. All right, so now I'm going to speed this up. Just trying to get the blood flowing and whatnot. So that was 80, so let's go to 90. I think I need to change the camera angle slightly. Totally played the wrong part. I haven't woken up yet, I guess. That was the line I tried playing earlier. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to stretch and massage because my arms are just tight from yesterday, the workout, and from the drumming. It's been way too long. I'm so looking forward to just, being able to do this each day for an hour. It's gonna be nice. Okay. Actually, I realized I can adjust this fairly quickly. So let's go here, and we're going to open this up, and we're going to transform. And so we're going to edit this. Let's see. Let's try this. Is that better? Oh, yeah, that's way better. Look at that. Fancy, fancy. Nice. Oh, I should make it so that you actually see this so that it's upside down. So it looks like from your angle. I had it that way yesterday, but... Whoop. Now we've got that. And then let's see. Okay, so now this one I also need to adjust. So you can see this one upside down too. Sorry. It's been a while. Brand new setup, new location. Want to try and make sure that everything looks good. Other than my cable management. Okay, and then we got this one. That one's good. This one I need to adjust as well. Nice. All right, cool. So we're all set up. And that was at 100, so let's go to 110. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Anyone who's stopped by live or after the fact. This probably is my breaking point for this morning. We'll find out. And then I need a stretch and massage. You. A little slurred out. All right. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little stretch and massage routine. So we're going to start off with stretching. And so I'm going to hold sticks in my hands like this. And I'm going to pull one in and then pull the other in. And then, ooh, yeah. Just a nice, gentle hold. Got my Ghost Note shirt on. It's my official merch. It's got that 8-bit note, just like the one, whoop, right behind me. I guess the one over there too. Oh, that's a good stretch. All right, if you're doing traditional, I recommend also stretching your rotation, either side, just kind of holding that for a bit. I'm not doing traditional. Now, I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearms. So you can do it one at a time, like, oh, yeah, like that. Yesterday I did it on the pad. Today I'm going to do it on the wall. So the lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Don't put your full weight into it. Oh, yeah. Whew. All right, so now I'm going to stretch the top part of the forearm. And again, you can do it one at a time. You can do it on the pad like I did yesterday. Or the higher you go on the wall, the deeper the stretch. Nice. Okay. So now I'm going to stretch my fingers. So I'm going to do both thumbs at the same time. Really try and be as efficient as I can with this. And now both fingers. Ooh, yeah. And the middle finger. And the pinky finger. That was the ring finger. Now it's the pinky finger. I haven't woken up yet. Wakey, wakey, Jared. Okay, now I'm going to massage. So what I'm going to do is massage with the thumb on top, and the fingers are going to be massaging underneath. It's interesting how different the lighting looks from top down, etc. Let me see. Is this... Yeah, no, it's got it on there. Interesting. It kind of feels like, look at that color change. See how it's like, I look tanner, and then when I move my hand up here, it changes colors. Like it's gray now. It's like I'm a walker. Okay, well, that's weird. I'm distracted. All right, now let's massage the other. Oh yeah. Unlike yesterday, I got the pedal set up so I can switch between the two screens quickly. Setup is requires a lot. Not as much as some people though who have like 20 different cameras and it's like sliding back and forth. It's mainly for the people who are doing like drum covers and whatnot. But I don't do that. I just practice. Okay. Publicly. Now I'm going to massage the palm with my thumb and then the backside with my fingers. Got a sneeze brewing. And once I finish this, I then massage each of my fingers. And you go base to tip with it. Make it so you can see it a little bit better. I usually do it 2, sometimes 3 times. Depends on how tight the finger's feeling. This is a good thing to do if you're typing a lot or writing a lot, or just doing some fine motor mechanics that involve your fingers, just to help get rid of the cramps. Oh, I started massaging and this finger was like, nope, still sore. So it's like the higher up it goes, it gets grayer on this cam overhead. I don't know why. All right, massaging the palm. Then go base to tip. Base to tip again. So today's drum stream, we're going to be messing around with tenors and probably about 45 minutes to an hour, just kind of assessing my technique. And then tomorrow's drum stream will be on the drum kit, and I got everything set up for that yesterday, so fingers crossed the drum module works. Oh, it's not on. Duh. It's not going to work. All right, let's get some water. ASMR break. But after this stream, I'm going to do Elden Ring for probably about an hour and a half. And then tonight, Dr. Neurolab and I are going to play some Fortnite, so that'll be cool. 3 streams today. Okay, so that was 110. So let's do 115. Highly recommend stretching, massaging every time you drum. After you do a little warm-up, get the blood flowing. That was weird. The timbre was so different. Okay, so full disclosure, what's going on is I'm thinking about what I was going to say next. So what I was going to say is that it threw me off. The reason why that threw me off with the change in the pitch is it got lower all of a sudden, and I was trying to figure out, is my stick about to break, which would be really weird, or was I just playing in the wrong part of the pad and just didn't realize that it was kind of like moving forward off the center of the pad? And so it was that, so that's why you saw my hands like just kind of move around just to assess the sound of it. But for whatever reason, whenever I'd have sticks break, they would change pitch before they were about to break because there was like starting to get a fracture going on underneath the stick tape. So just a little random tip. That's where my mind was at. Let's try this again. Now, this time without myself focusing on that. Mess up there. What I realized is it was when I was doing the right, left, 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 it was, that's a very exaggerated version of what's going on, but I was kind of pushing my hand forward. So note to self, Jared, don't do that. All right, let's try 120. This is most likely going to be my breaking point. My hands are still rusty. Man, this exercise is 4 hours long. Imagine if you could play from the slowest to the fastest tempo. Do that for 4 hours. Oop. Wrong pattern. Yeah, so I put the wrong pattern there. So one of the hard things for me about doing these streams is because I'm practicing, like I'm simultaneously having to focus on like what I'm doing to try and improve, but also trying to focus on like the streaming aspect of things, like trying to make it so that it's somehow educational or entertaining or whatever. And so that often causes me to screw up like I did there. All right, I'm done with these for the moment. I'm going to use the Hardeman tenor sticks. I like the bead of them. You can see them, so it's got that barrel tip. And if you're ever curious what kind of like sticks and whatnot I use, if you go all the way down here to gear I use, these are affiliate links, but it shows you all the stuff that I'm using for percussion, etc. Even what I'm using to stream, all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in it, or if you want to get your own Ghost Note shirt, you can do that too. Anyways, okay, so I want to check out some stuff with tenors. So I'm going to do... Let me demonstrate slow, fast, slow for you. So this exercise, it starts off at 40 beats per minute. It goes up to whatever your highest beats per minute is that you choose, and then it goes back down to 40 beats. It'll play for 4 beats on each one of the BPMs, and then it moves up 1. Once it gets to your highest speed, it'll do that for 4 measures, and then it'll go back down for 1 measure at a time for a different click. So let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to do this. It's going to take me about 11 and a half minutes to do. But what I'm going to specifically look for is just moving around the drums. Hopefully I don't hit this. And I'm going to be doing, oh, I can barely hear that thing, crossovers, and just trying to put in different rudiments and see how it sounds. Hey, Cotner. Good morning. Oh, I think it's afternoon for you, right? Chut cheeses. Cheese cheddar chut. I want to make sure I don't go too far, like way over here. I'm trying to keep it in a relatively tight zone. There we go. Now I'm doing wrist over wrist. Yeah, it's just the interior notes that are not great. Cheese cheddar chut. Ooh, chut cheese. Definitely got to keep working on that. Okay, so once it gets to 160, it's gonna hold it for 4 measures. So we're almost there. And then it'll slow back down again. Oh, my chops are just like so burned out right now. Now I'm gonna check out the scrapes. Yeah, rusty. Can barely hear it. Is that up all the way? Yeah, man. Okay, so my scrapes are really rusty. Let's just try windmills. Ew. That's a little better. Not necessarily placement-wise. Like I'm hitting way over here instead of right here. And Yeah, so I definitely need to spend some time working on these around the worlds. Let's go back to windmills. Yeah, so my placement here, I'm not reaching over far enough. I was doing aim training yesterday. Try and do like 30 minutes to an hour of that each day as well. It's kind of my practicing to get better FPSs. And I was also undershooting those on the flick shots. I wasn't going far enough over. Kind of like what I'm doing right now with these crossovers. Too fast. I'm also moving a lot of shoulder, which is bad. Okay. Yeah, so overall, the point of that was to try and assess how's my technique going. So my crossovers, it's the lower notes, the hand that's underneath, that's kind of like iffy. See, like that one was crush. And then I was having issues with just like the general placement of stuff. I was actually going too far over on some of these crossovers, like going all the way to the edge rather than closer. And I think it had to do with the height of the taps. I'll have to go back and rewatch this just to take a look at that to assess that better. But when it came to the diddles, so the first half I wanted to do like crossover rudiments, and the second half was like it makes more sense to assess something else. So I took a look at the sweeps, the scrapes. And so while I was doing this, my placement, like I had a tendency on the crossovers to like hit here and then hit there rather than going for the shortest distance possible. So that's something that I'm going to need to work on. And actually, for a disclosure of what that looks like, let me pull something up real quick. All right, so we're actually going to, I'm going to change this to there, and you should be able to see it. Nope. Cool. Yeah, I don't know why it's not displaying it on your end. Well, anyways, so what I'm planning on doing is I've got my calendar set up, which you can find on my website. Let me do this. So if you go to Lessons and Tips, it has the when I'm streaming next. So this calendar, when you take a look at it, it shows that I'm going to be doing technique on tenors today. Tomorrow, I'll be doing the drum kit. The day after that, I will be doing rudimental chops technique stuff, then drum kit again, and then that cycle repeats itself when I come back to tenors. So it's basically a 4-day cycle where it's like tenors, drum kit, chops and technique, drum kit. So drum kit each time in between, because that's the thing that I've spent the least amount of time working on, professionally speaking, and it needs the most amount of work. So that's what I'll be focusing on these streams and whatnot when I am doing these. Okay, let's see. So I could do like some various exercises for the sweeps, but I kind of want to take a look at them more. So let's go back to this view. And so I'm just going to kind of mess around just to see what's going on with this. So I'm just looking at the technique. I'm looking at the placement. I want to make sure my wrist isn't changing angles, but instead I'm trying to maintain the same hand position while sliding the arm back and forth, basically. While I'm also looking at the placement. And this microphone is like directly in my way for that. That was interesting. What happened there? So my left hand is turning over slightly when I go from the outside drum to the inside drum. So it's like moving its angle slightly. So, I think that's the button. Yeah. When doing this, I need to turn off that auto focus. That's annoying. So I have my hand here, and then it's almost like it's like switching over to a French grip when I switch to the inside. Yeah, so I need to keep working on that. Okay. Good to know. All right. Yeah, it's wanting to do it here too. And then let's take a look at windmills, and then we'll do some around the world. So the diddle quality, the second note, is not as pronounced as the first. And then I'm having some issues with hitting the rim, basically. So my left hand on the wrist over wrist crossover right here is not getting far enough over. On the second note, if you hear that click, otherwise if it's on the first note, then that means that I'm going too far over when doing this. So to clarify, so when we're doing any kind of crossover, like the wrist over wrist, if you hear a scrape on the rims on the first note, you went too far, you overshot it. And if you hear it on the second note, then you didn't start far enough over. And so your space, if this is the amount of space between the first and the second note diddle, if you are doing it perfectly, you won't hear the rim. If you hear it on the first note, you went too far over. If you hear it on the second note, you didn't go far enough over. So, pro tip. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell. If anyone is live here and you see something that's going on with the left hand on here, let me know what you think is causing that rim click. It doesn't look like I'm going far enough over, but then I think I'm overcompensating. Perfect. Okay, now let's try some around the world. So these are windmills, but with some extra fun stuff in the middle of them. They're a little bit better than I thought. Better than the windmills, oddly enough. I wonder if it's because it's less distance to travel in between the crossovers when you're doing it. I don't know. Yeah, so I was trying it at different heights to see if that was messing with things. Yeah, so I'm hitting here, and I got the second note there, so I'm not going far enough. Yeah, so I think what's happening is, so from like a muscle standpoint, I'm having to move the upper body more faster on the windmills for the left arm in particular, and it's just going slow. So I don't know if it's because of like the workup that I did yesterday or what, but moving it from here to here, or rather to this drum, is slow, so I'm not going far enough over on that. But when I'm doing it on the Around the Worlds, it's already halfway there. That's perfect. So because it's already halfway here on the Around the World, it's like less motion. So I need to focus more on the quick motions here. So I think next time what I want to do is demonstrate how to use rebound with crossovers, which is an exercise that is here. And so I've done this before in some previous streams, but stay tuned and you'll be able to see how I'm going to do that. But I feel like I got a good assessment of where I'm at with tenors, and where I'm at is there's a lot to work on, but such is drumming. Anyone who stopped by, like Cotner, thank you for stopping by. Anyone watch this after fact? Let me know something you learned or something that you think I could continue to work on in the comments on YouTube. But if you haven't checked it out already, I highly recommend checking out the over 1,000 hours of free drumming content on here. Like, there's a bunch of chop exercises. There's over 200 grid variations. There's over almost 200, or almost 300 rather, 16th note grid variations. The other one was the triplet one. So if you click on this, it just like goes and goes and goes. Or you could click on one of these playlists, like this one, and you'll only get the Flam 5 stuff. So there's 15 in this one, so you don't have to just like sift through a couple hundred of them. Anyways, I'm going to get set up so I can do an Elden Ring stream here in a minute. I haven't played that game in a couple months, so I'm probably going to die a lot. But thank you, everyone who checked this video out. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And I'll be drumming again tomorrow morning, doing some drum kit. We'll see how that's going after multiple months off on that. And yeah, so time for some Elden Ring in 10-15 minutes, and then Fortnite tonight. So peace.